Hey, excuse me today. We came back from Ireland, man, something hit us, and I've been struggling with it this weekend. I'm feeling better today, but I'm kind of sounding like some of the people on X, sniffling like a crackhead. So don't excuse me with that. I bought me some water here too. Just I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope your family is safe and having a good weekend, and that you and your family, in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health, all your needs are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are saving lives. Those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, the profiteers, and those perverts that cause these industries to exist. Finally, double blessings upon the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. What's up, y'all? Yo, what's up, Clint Stewart, Andrew Abraham, my man, HB Carlos, Guilford McCormick, Ron Cohen, Miss Edwards. Let's see what else we got. Michael Drake, King Ribby. Let's see. Aaron Spalding, Alfonso, who care? What's up? Jeremiah Grayson. Is that Jeremiah? Jermaine Grayson, sorry. Joseph Vandemio. What else? If I miss anybody, I think I got everybody that was here right now. I think I got everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah, Lion and Judah, my brother Lonnie. What's up, man? Craig Ward, Mr. William, Woody Stephanie, Kevin, New York City resident. What's up, Kev? Hope y'all doing all right. Yeah, it's the normal stuff. If you read the note in the description box, it's the normal stuff. So I look at things positively. Most people calling themselves Knicks fans start with the negative side and call themselves being realistic. They're just really being anal retentive. So the Knicks finished the week 2-1. No Jalen Brunson. It was a tough game yesterday. As evidenced by the final score. You have a Warrior team with Buddy Hield, Steph Curry, and a bunch of other dudes that could shoot the rock. And it was 97-94. 97-94. They didn't score 100 points. So, and I want to say, I got to give credit to the Golden State Warriors. They were playing hellified defense yesterday. They really were. Jimmy Butler playing hellified defense. Damn dirty ass Draymond. They were playing hellified defense yesterday, okay? Problem with yesterday was there's a couple of pieces that the Knicks need. See, most people think, and if you look at all the headlines, it's all about either Jalen Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns because it's a star-driven league. So they're always looking at them like they got to come through for the Knicks to win. But really, the Knicks need Josh Hart to come through. The Knicks need guys like Deuce to come through. They need Wingstop to come through. That's what they need, okay? That's what they really need to come through. And yesterday, if I'm going to be real about it, Hart played, I think Josh Hart played the worst game I've seen him play in a while yesterday. He was on a nut, and it wasn't just that he was on a nut. He just, I don't know. He just wasn't there mentally yesterday. That's what it is. He just wasn't there mentally yesterday. And that's why I know Tibs was getting up in his ass, as Tibs should, because two things. Number one, teams are now leaving him open to shoot. And as PJ was trying to yell at him, shoot the ball. If you miss it, don't matter. It's a good shot. Shoot the ball. See? And so I'm sure that between that and the missed defensive assignments, that's why Tiz was getting in his ass yesterday and should have. Okay? I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know. But that was the issue yesterday. And Precious Achua had been off kilter for like 3 games now. In fact, I mentioned in my last pregame, I think it was Friday, I expected a big game from Precious. He's overdue for a double-digit rebounding game. because he's been off kilter for about 3 games now. I'd say you haven't seen the real pressures that we've been used to seeing. So those two was a big problem yesterday. And again, the game was 97-94, which should tell anybody watching a modern NBA game that was a defensive game. It was 97-94. Now, on the ref side, check this out. So the Knicks ended up shooting 13 free throws, 13. And the Warriors end up shooting 22 free throws. See, now this is a problem. This is a problem. If one team is shooting way more free throws than the other team, and both teams are being aggressive, the Knicks were being very aggressive offensively yesterday. Okay? So there's no reason why they should be in a game that ended up being a 3-point game. You have a big 9 free throw discrepancy. That's bad refereeing right there. That's bad refereeing. It could be within 2 or 3, but if the refs are being consistent, as Tibs is always saying, we just want you to be consistent. If they're being consistent, you will have a very close free throw between both teams. Okay, so that was not good. So obviously there were calls that weren't being made. Nothing we could do about that. But it is what it is. But hey, they played good. And listen, of course, look, Deuce was. I was happy to watch Deuce do his thing now. Now, let's see. He was guarding Steph Curry most of the game. Would y'all agree? I think most of the game, when Steph Curry was on the floor, it was Deuce McBride guarding him. Steph Curry went 8 for 20 from the field, 4 of 13 from the 3-point line. Okay, 8 for 20 from the field, 4 of 13 and had 3 turnovers. Deuce McBride did a job on him. And at the same time, Deuce ended up going 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3-point line, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 2 turnovers. Big one at the end is what it is. But it was really good to see that. So it is what it is. Okay. Angria, what's up? So listen, man. Yuri Ark, you made a statement. You said coaches and players get into arguments all the time. Are they getting into arguments all the time? Oh, you mean they argue, players in general? Players and coaches argue all the time. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Yuri? I'm wondering. Okay, so you're saying in general terms, coaches and players. Oh yeah, in general terms. Matter of fact, even Richard Jefferson said what you just saw is normal. Did y'all see that? Even Richard Jefferson said that. What you just saw, he said, is normal. I actually, honestly, I liked it. I don't know about y'all, but I liked it. I liked the way Tibs was jumping in his ass like that. I mean, because when Tibs does that, he's hot about something. And generally, like I said, the 2 things I know he wants from Hart: shoot the ball when you open and do not miss your defensive assignments. And he was missing defensive assignments yesterday. He was messing up yesterday. He really was. He was not himself yesterday. I don't know if he was getting sick. If he got what I got, I don't know what to deal with. But look, it ain't the end of the world, right? I mean, listen, it ain't the end of the world. I know he did. And Tim said after the game, it was nothing. It's just us expressing ourselves. That's it. And I'm sure Josh Hart would say the same thing. It's just us expressing ourselves. I loved it myself. There were 2 things that when they were hiring Tom Thibodeau, I was really excited about. That was one of them. And the other one was just hearing him bark from the sideline all game long. Because before, you ain't hear nothing from Jeff Hornacek. You ain't hear nothing from Fizdale, right? You ain't hear nothing from Derek Fisher. Nothing. So I was like, man, somebody's like, I can't wait. I don't want to hear his mouth. I'm like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait to hear him barking all game long from the sidelines. That's what we're talking about. That's passion, y'all. That's passion, right? That's passion for the game. That's what I'm saying. So, I think Hart, I don't foresee Josh Hart having 2 games like that in a row. What y'all think? I don't foresee him having, unless he's sick, I don't foresee him having 2 games in a row like that. I don't. I'm not saying he's going to shoot the lights out Monday against the Heat, but what we need from him really on a regular basis is that defensive energy and that rebounding energy that he brings. That's what we really need. If he shoots the ball good or doesn't, you can't control that, right? If he gets a good shot and shoots it and he ain't going in, there's nothing you could do about that. But we need him to bring energy every night. And we need him to bring that rebounding work that he puts in every night, that yeoman-like stuff he does on the board every night. We need that. So when Tibs was telling him, do your job, that's Josh's job. That's what he's getting paid to do. Okay. Knicks 2020, you really, I almost made the title a character building week, really. Because they really, that does build character. Not only that, it builds character and it's preparing you for the playoffs, because playoffs is dead set serious, dead set intense, So you really is dead set serious intense. Yeah, MitchRob looked gas. He gonna go through periods like that. That's normal. Okay, he did look gas yesterday, and Doris Burke brought it out big time. He was standing at the free throw line. Mitch was gas, but this is part of him getting back in shape. He's not going to remain that way. It's just part of him getting back in shape. Yesterday he was gas. It's okay. All right. Okay. 5-game road trip. Last game of a 5-game road trip. He looked gas. Yeah, so he'll be all right. I ain't worried about MitchRob. I just don't want him to get hurt. Just keep playing, keep balling, work through it. You know what I mean? He got to work through it. Towns did do his thing yesterday. It is the thing, though. Towns did his thing. Towns ended up 29 points, 12 boards, 3 assists. Towns did his thing, man. He was -1, but I seen a lot of people complain about his defense. When they gonna grow up? What you expect? Towns ain't Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Towns ain't Dennis Rodman. He ain't Mitchell Robinson. He is what he is. Okay, so I felt like he played a good game yesterday. Yeah, I did say that, and that's what it is. 2-3 for the road trip. No Jalen Brunson after the first game of the road trip. So, yeah. I know you're right. No. The media jumped all over that. And of course, all the Tibs haters joined it, including Stephen A. Stupid. They all did. You know what I'm saying? But it was, and I'm thinking like this. Let me ask you all a question, man. When has Stephen A. Stupid actually been right about something? No, seriously. In all of the years that he been running his big mouth on BSPN, when has he actually been right about something? It ain't like he's like Woj when he says something, his word is bond. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. This dude just run his mouth like a damn clown all the time. So I don't understand why anybody, except maybe somebody that's like my wife and I were talking about the other day, how these young kids go out, they go to a party and somebody puts something in their drink and then they get killed, right? And somebody said, well, my wife said, why ain't they gonna learn? I said, because they're the first time 20. They don't know about the other 20-year-olds that come before them. See what I'm saying? And it's like with Stephen A. Stupid, all the people that listening to him are people that's probably in the early 20s that just learned about him and start listening to him. But if you've been around a minute, you don't need to pay no attention to what that fool say. It's just noise. That's all it is. Noise. I mean, he ain't got nothing that makes any sense that you need to listen to. They make him sound like that, but he's played. You understand? This is the entertainment business, basketball, right? It's part of entertainment business, like football, baseball, acting, singing, rapping, all that entertainment, right? So in entertainment business, it's not necessary that you need to make sense. You just need to be entertaining. You hear what I'm saying? You just need to be entertaining. And Stephen A. Stupid is being paid to be a clown. He's being paid. I don't know what kind of person he is, off the camera. So I can't judge him. I don't know what kind of person he is in his house, with his family. I don't know what, but he is being paid whatever, 10 million, whatever it is. He's being paid to be a clown. Okay. That's what he's being paid to do. Okay. So that's what it is, man. Yeah, so that's what it is. So I don't pay him no mind. Yeah, he's being paid to be a clown, and he's doing a good job. Being a court jester, he's doing a good job. But yeah, look, MitchRob did look gassed yesterday. I'll admit, but I'm not worried about that. He's going to have his ups and downs, man. He's going to have his ups and downs. You know what I mean? He's going to have his ups and downs. It's going to be like that. But I don't think it's realistic to expect MitchRob to come back to himself in a linear fashion. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, he has been doing it, to his credit since he's been back. But I don't think it's reasonable to expect it to happen. It's like people that expect the stock market to just go up in a linear fashion. It doesn't do that, okay? It might be a trend of going up, okay? It's a trend, but man, Corey, I'm still feeling. I'm on the other side of it. Yesterday was the height of it, but to this morning, I'm just coughing and sniffling still. But it sounds worse than it is. I'm on the other side of it. I'm supposed to have dinner with a good friend of mine from high school at 4, but I'm still debating whether I should go or not. So I'm going to see how I feel at 2 or 3, and see how this goes, man. But yeah, I'm on the other side of it. Yeah. So before Perkins started speaking positively about the Knicks, in all honesty, I always thought of him as a clown too. I always did. And he started talking about the Knicks like he did. That's when he won me a little bit. But he's been a clown too. Perkins still a clown. Mary Jane, you know what helped me, man? I had some. I did different things. I had some peach Crown Royal, and that didn't really do it. Then I had some barefoot sangria, the 11% alcohol. That did good, man. Then I got up. That was Friday. Then I got up yesterday, and after I did my Bible studies, I had some more of that sangria. It knocked my sore throat out. That was gone. And so today I feel a lot better. Yeah, today I feel a lot better. Oh, you ain't joking, Malik Shabazz. I ain't gonna lie, that's true. But I my sangria works though. It does work. That barefoot sangria does work, man. Yeah, right, Richard Baptiste. I had some pork yesterday, HP. I had some Fonseca. What's it called? Fonseca. I had some of that, a little bit of that yesterday, last night when I ran out of the sangria. I said, dang, I ain't got no sangria. I just got me another bottle today. So I said, well, I got some pork. So I had a little pork yesterday, and I went right to sleep. No problem. Went right to sleep. Just coughing a lot, but man. Anyway, listen. It's going, Fonseca. That's right. I had that yesterday. That's what I had. I had a little bit of that last night after I finished my sangria. That worked out very well. What was I going to say? Yeah, Draymond Green is somebody, we can all agree we can't stand. And, I don't know when PJ Tucker is going to get some minutes. It's not for me to say. I wanted PJ to get some minutes yesterday, especially when Mitch was looking like he was, blowing wind a little bit, and then the cat got in foul trouble. I thought we would see some PJ Tucker, on Draymond. But is what it is, man. Is what it is. Didn't happen quite like that. So is what it is, man. I don't know. Tibs will decide what he's going to play. Actually, like I said, if he'd have got a little bit more from Josh Hart, we could have won that game. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not blaming Josh Hart because people are allowed to have bad games. It happens. But I'm just thinking if we got, thank you, KMD, if we got our normal Josh Hart game, in a game like that where he would score 10, get like 13 boards and be hustling all over the floor, we probably could have won that game yesterday. I'm thinking, but oh, Mike Miller, come on, man. There's crackheads out there, man. There's crackheads out there. And all they want is for you to click. This is the thing. And this is why I refuse to discuss these things. It's like gossip. So you can kill gossip by not repeating it. Does that make sense, yo? So if gossip comes your way, if you want to shut it down, you tell the person you don't want to hear it and you don't repeat it. Now, that kills it from your side. But when people start repeating the BS that comes out in the media, what you're doing is helping keep the gossip alive. That's what you're doing. You're keeping it alive. So when they talk about stupid trades, that's why you never hear me mentioning some of that crap. I see it, but I don't mention it because it's not worth repeating. I leave it alone, and I don't want to continue to keep it. You give it life, right? I don't want to give it no life. That's somebody's clickbait that they're trying to create, life out of nothing. Yeah. KNYT, I think we were talking about this last week. If they go 2-3 on this road trip, I think it was the week before last. If they go 2-3 on this road trip, we'll be all right. And they did that. So, it was a defensive game. I got to give Golden State credit. They played tremendous defense. That's right. Deuce had Curry under control yesterday. And Curry was trying to shoot. I mean, it wasn't like Curry was not used as a decoy. The boy was trying to gun, and he was. Deuce was doing his job, though. So Deuce played a two-way game yesterday. Did he not? 19 points, shooting very high level from all three levels, 3-level score, and lockdown defense on probably, I think we can agree, one of the toughest covers in basketball history. Can we agree with that with Stephen Curry? One of the toughest covers in basketball history. So, yeah, that's right. Did y'all see that? I was watching when Deuce got the jump ball with him. I said, you mess around with Deuce McBride if you want to. You mess around with that little bro if you want to. He gonna cost you. Shoot. He gonna cost you, man. Nah, but the next, okay, so let's hear the next 4 games. The Knicks got 2 games at home and 2 games on the road. So we got Miami tomorrow at the Garden. Then they travel to San Antonio. That's just a trip and a half, just traveling there. Then you got to travel to Charlotte, and then you're back at home against Washington a week from yesterday, Saturday the 22nd. Washington, I was watching the game last night. Washington won a game on Jordan Poole's deep 3-pointer at the buzzer. Just like what McCall did, Jordan Poole did that with 3 seconds left at the buzzer to beat Denver yesterday. That was some game. They were playing inspired basketball yesterday. So, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that was something else. So the Knicks got a tough schedule. First of all, in 6 nights coming up. Thursday, it's a back-to-back, and then you come home on Saturday. So this is a tough week. This is not going to be easy. 2 games at home, 2 games on the road. This is going to be a tough stretch right here. So it's grind time. It's what it is. It's grind time. Okay. Yeah. Yuri, it's true. It's true. The thing is, development. When you're a winning team, the Knicks are 3rd in the East. Development doesn't happen by giving these guys a lot of minutes in the real games. It happens in G League. When you're a lottery team, you can have development during games. Why? Because they're going to make mistakes, and you're going to lose a lot of games because of their mistakes, and that's fine because you're in the lottery, right? But when you're a team that's trying to go deep in the playoffs, you don't get development from young players in real time. They get development in practice and in the G League. That's how that works, okay? Yeah, it's true, Jabroni. Yeah. Good question. Gorilla Jakes asked, are we still on pace for 55? That's a good question. Let me see here. So right now, the Knicks have won, what, 42? Is it 42 they won? Let me just double check this here. I think they're 42-24, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Yeah, 42-24. So they've played 66 games. There are 16 games left. So it's possible for them to get 55, but I'd have to say it's a bit of a long shot. I'd have to say that because for them to get 55, that means they got to go 13-3. Okay, they got to go 13-3. So I don't know. I mean, it's possible they could do that, but oh yeah, they're gonna get 50. That's not the problem. They're gonna get 50. I'm wondering if I'm thinking realistically, it's 16 games left. They can realistically go 10-6. I think they can go 10-6. Realistically. Now, Jabroni Z, I hope you're right. I ain't gonna fight with that. I hope you're right. I'd love to see them go 13-3. But I think realistically, no Jalen Brunson. And they got a back-to-back coming up, 4 games in 5 nights. I'm gonna say we could go 10-6. In this 4-game stretch right here, they could go. I hate to say it, but I think they could go 3-1. I think they could go 3-1 in this 4-game stretch we're getting ready to see right here. I think they could go 3-1. Yeah, I think they can go 3-1 this week. So they got Miami. They got to go down to San Antonio, and they got to play Charlotte in Charlotte. That's back-to-back. San Antonio and Charlotte. It's a back-to-back situation. So that's tough. I don't think they're going to win the second night of that. I'd be surprised. If they win the second night of that back-to-back, that'd be something. But I'm also keeping in mind that we got Mitchell Robinson back. So that's going to help. I don't think you're going to see Josh Hart play 2 games in a row like he played yesterday. So, and I'm looking for Precious Achua to come out a little bit. Precious yesterday, he looked lost a couple of times, and that was bothering me. I was like, "Dag, man, come on, boy, get in the game." Did you see him airball from the foul line? He airballed from the foul line. It wasn't a foul shot; it was a jump shot from the foul line, and he airballed. I was like, "Dag, man, come on, Pete, let's do this, man." That's what I'm saying. So he was tentative. So I'm hoping that he comes back, that Precious comes back, breaks this thing, comes out. If they go 8-8, they'll be 50-32, right? Yeah. I think they'll do better than that, though. I really think they can go 10-6 in this stretch. So we're probably talking about 52-30. I like that number. I think they can go 52-30. I think they can. I think they could do that with the current crew. I think they could do that. Nobody gets hurt, hopefully, right? Yeah, of course, Corey Lindsay. Anytime the Knicks lose, I'm always disappointed. But I wasn't as disappointed yesterday because they played as good as they could in that scenario. I like the fact that nobody scored over 100 points, which tells me they were playing defense. So they lost a tough defensive battle to the Golden State Warriors. Okay, it is what it is, man. So I don't mind that kind of game. If they lost 142-128, I'd be a little upset about that, But nobody scored over 100 points. It was a tough defensive game. Deuce neutralized Steph Curry as good as you can neutralize him. I'd say, we did all right. We lost one. It's all right. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yes, I got to say, too, congratulations to the St. John. What do they call themselves? The Red Storm? No, it's not the Redmen no more, right? Congratulations to St. John's winning the Big East tournament. They'll probably be a number 1 seed in the tournament that starts Tuesday, I believe it starts. They'll probably be a number 1 seed. And so this is good. Yeah. Well, Rick Pitino got him balling over there, man. Rick Pitino got him balling over there. So here we go. Yuri Ark is asking, will Tibs get fired this offseason? Yuri Ark, can you hear me? I want to make sure you hear this. You ready? Anybody talking about Tibs getting fired this offseason is a dumbass, a stupid ass that don't know what you got. That's the dumb mofo that has a good woman and leaves. No, I ain't gonna put him on the third rail. He was gonna ask the question because he's been listening to all these bull crap artists out here writing all this bull crap, and that's why he's asking it. And I get it. You were influenced to ask that question by all the bull crap you get on X, right? Stephen Bondy and all them other hemorrhoids. Tibs ain't going nowhere, and he shouldn't be going anywhere. You finally got a team that's a Tibs team, right? Now, let me ask you a question. Wait a minute. How long has this Tibs team been together? How long has this Tibs team been together? I want to ask, how long has this? No, that's not true, Yuri. That's your problem. That's not true at all. Somebody please help him out. How long has this Tibs team been together? No, it's not been a while. This Tibs team is together one season. One season, Yuri. Wake up now. Wake up. Wait. James Dolan just said this team, that talent was the final piece. They just got him. This is the first year with Mikal Bridges. This is the first full season with OG Anunoby. Okay? You're catching that, Yuri. You're catching that. This is the first season with talent, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby. You did not have Mitchell Robinson for what? More. He only gonna play the last 35 games, so you ain't have him for what 47 games. See, but Yuri, what you're saying is what most people say that don't know what the hell they talk about. I'm not you personally, but I'm just saying. So this has been 5 years. Tibs had this team. They've been building the team for 5 years. It takes 5 years to rebuild a team. There's a difference. Everybody got that? It takes 5 years to rebuild a team. And they just got the team built. And some knuckleheads out there talking about fire the coach when you just got his team together. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can't, saying, who should be fired? Let me ask y'all this. You want to talk about Tibs? Who's coaching Phoenix? Who's coaching the Phoenix Suns with Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker? Who's coaching that team? Huh? Y'all talk about them. You know what I'm saying? That's who you need to be talking about. You'll be talking about Tibs. Who's coaching Philadelphia? Wait, Philadelphia is a lottery team this year. Are they not? Are they not a lottery team this year? Philly, is it what they 12th, 11th? Where are they at in the East? Philly? With Joel Embiid, they 12th in the East, 24 and 44. You want to talk about somebody that needs to get fired? Come on, man. They need to fire that whole front office in Philly and get rid of both Embiid and PG-13. I think I told y'all this a couple. Tell me if y'all remember, but I said a couple months ago, you need to trade Embiid right now and trade PG-13 right now. Trade them. Get rid of them. Start with Maxey and Grimes and build from there. I did tell y'all that. So many people was dying last summer. The Knicks try to get Embiid. We got to go get Embiid, including Stephen A. Stupid. They need to give up everything to get Embiid. Why they give everything to get Mikal Bridges? They need to get Embiid. Imagine if we had that fool. He ain't even playing. Meanwhile, Mikal ain't missed the game. You understand? So you want to talk about firing somebody? Talk about them teams, not your team, not the Knicks. They just got their team together this year in year 5. Blockbuster Berman. They just got their team together this year. It took 5 years to get to here. That's how you rebuild from scratch. Okay? You start getting picks and young talent. Then you develop it. Then you get to a point where you now got to make your next move. And that's what Dolan was saying, that the Don came to him 3 years ago and said, okay, from here, we got the team where we want to for at this point, but for the next 3 seasons, this is what we got to do. And that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm talking about. I've been telling you, I think I was saying that in January, trade Embiid. Before the trade deadline, I said, trade him, trade PG-13, whatever you got to do, get them cats off your team, start over. That's what I would do. Daryl Morey needs to be fired. Get rid of who they coach. I forgot who they coach. But, yeah. See what I'm saying, Jim Dobson? But there's always a team out there. There's a sucker born every minute. Nick Nurse, get rid of him. There's a sucker born every minute. There's a sucker born every minute, see? So somebody will take him. Somebody will take him. Look, I dish him off on Phoenix. Phoenix will take him. That's what I do. Dish him off on Phoenix. They'll take him. I don't want nothing to do with him, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So I never was, y'all remember from the beginning of the preseason, I was never high on Philly. I told you I ain't worried about Philly. People talking about, well, with PG-13 and MB, Philly's gonna be top 3. I'm like, I don't know what you smoking. Nope. I don't know what you smoking. The only thing that surprised me this year is how good Cleveland is. That's the thing that surprised me more than anything this year. I think to me, Cleveland is the surprise team in the NBA. I'm not surprised that OKC is number 1 in the West. They were under 1 in the West most of last year. So I'm not surprised at that. But I am surprised that Cleveland is number 1 in the East. That did catch me off guard. I ain't gonna front. That caught me off guard. Okay. I was not expecting that. So that's the surprise. But in terms of Philly, I was telling you, I was like, please leave Philly alone, man. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. We are the better team. They are not. They are a lottery team. That's what they are. 22-44. That's what they are. You better rebuild with Maxey and Q-Dog. Better go from there. You better rebuild with Maxey and Q-Dog. That's all I'm saying. You know, so yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jim Dog. You got 2 young guys, a nice off-ball guard, and another guy that can play off or on the ball. Both of them play excellent defense. Jared McCain is the real deal, the young boy. So I'd start with them. Start with them young cats and see what I could get in the as far as big men in the draft. That's what I'm saying. Yep, the Pistons. I've been like the Pistons. I was trying to tell somebody, I forgot who. I was like, man, Pistons gonna go. They're gonna be at least the play-in this year. They're going for 500. Said, nah, they ain't gonna be that guy. I said, yes, they are. Where we at? They 6th in the East. Tibs ain't gonna step down, and he ain't getting fired. He might step down and go into another position if the Knicks win a chip. Tibs is that's what I'm saying. I really get frustrated that people don't appreciate Tom Thibodeau's love for the game and his strong, overwhelming desire to win. I appreciate that more than anything. And he got a game plan. He knows what he's doing. You may not agree with what he's doing, but this is his game. That's what he does. Okay. So I appreciate after all of the Mike D'Antoni's, David Fizz goggles with the fine wife, Derek Fisher with the fine wife. Thank you, Matt Barnes. And Jeff Hornacek scared of the front row. With all of that, you got a dude that has a game plan, knows what he wants, knows what he's looking for, and knows what to do with it. And y'all want to fire him. It just kills me. That just kills me, man. That just kills me. It just kills me. I would let Grimes and McCain. You don't have to just choose one. You can have them both, right? You can have both. You can have Grimes and McCain. Why choose one? And Grimes is not going to cost you a lot. You can get Grimes. I would say Grimes is probably 4 years, $48 million. You could get him like that. And that's a good contract. 4 years, $48 million for Quentin. And you got him locked up. You got Maxey locked up already to a max deal. You got McCain on a rookie deal. So they should rebuild. I would just clean house if I'm Philly. I would clean house, get whatever I could get as far as picks for PG-13 and for MB, get whatever I could get, and then start from there. Okay? Start from there. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm with you, Jabronis. Yeah, I think that's a fair deal for Quentin Grimes. So yeah, that's what they should do. So and the mid-level, what, Jabroni, is 12, right? It's 12 a year. So I'm thinking 4 years, 48. I think that's a good number for Q-Dog. Okay. I think that's a good number for Q-Dog. So yeah, that's right. Build around Maxey, McCain, and Grimes. And then get you some other players. Get you some young talent. Like, I don't know who's I'm getting ready to watch the tournament, but who is the big men that are good this year? Let me just see here. Let me just see what we got here. What's the name of that site, man? Take a thought. I want to see who the big men that's good this year. Who's the big man? I'm gonna be looking at that in the draft because if it's a guard heavy draft, ain't no good for Philly. But if I'm Philly, not that I care about Philly that much, but I'm saying if I'm Philly, I would definitely be looking for young big men. Young big men. All right. Not, let me see. Cooper Flag is obviously the number one if he decides to come out. Let me see here. Who's this dude? Kamen Mulaak, or whatever this fool name is from Duke. That's one guy. Let me just break it down by the power forwards and centers. Let's do that. Let's see. Derek Queen from Maryland, 6'10", 246. Asa Newell. I gotta look at these players in some film first. And then Thomas Sorberg. I'm looking at guys like that, that you could get. Danny Wolf out of Michigan, especially guys coming out of a. Hey, let me ask you: Is JT Toppin related to Obi and Jacob? Guy in Texas Tech, JT Toppin. They expected him to go early second round. Got to look at him too. If I'm Philly, I'm looking at young big men that I could develop with my young core of guards that I have. And then, of course, you're trying to get some wings, right? You always want to get some wings. So you want to get some wings if you can. So that's how I would do it. You got, to me, with Maxey, Grimes, and McCain, right? Am I right? You got three good defensive guards. You ain't got no weakness defensively from the perimeter with them three cats. You know what I mean? So if you could get some other good defenders out there, the 5 spot's hard to learn, but you need somebody that can play some defense, man. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know who the best defensive guys are. We're going to find out as we look at this tournament. But that's what I'm talking about. Joe Curry, we're not talking about the Knicks. We're talking about Philly. Yeah, we're talking about Philly. But we need somebody that can play some defense on the wing. Now, you ain't going to get OG Anunoby, right? You ain't going to get Mikal Bridges. But you need somebody you can develop into that. Right? Somebody that can do that. Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see how this works out. But I will say this, though. I ain't going to front. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, though. If Precious doesn't come back, if Precious leaves the Knicks. Oh, he's the younger brother than Steven? Okay, yeah. If Precious leaves the Knicks, there's only one guy I want. Y'all should know who that is. There's only one guy I would want if Precious leaves the Knicks. There's only one guy I want. Y'all should know who that is. Only one guy. Nope. There's only one guy I want. Y'all should know. Oh, I would love to have Quentin back, but no, there's really no playing time for Quentin. Quentin, thank you. Joshua 102888. My man. If I can't keep Precious, can we get Beef Stew up in here? Can we do a sign and trade and get Beef Stew? Man, if I could get Beef Stew, man, that's all I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. If I could get Beef Stew, man, I'll be hyped. You guys want to talk about PJ Tucker? Am I lying if I say to y'all Beef Stew is young PJ Tucker? Can I say that, y'all? Am I exaggerating if I say that? Is Beef Stew not young PJ Tucker? I love dudes like that. That's the daggone roughneck. That's what I'm talking about. If we can get a roughneck like Beef Stew up in here, let me see, what is his contract? I just want to look. Let me see what his contract is. Because that's what I'm talking about. If I could get a young dude, I don't think Detroit going to let that boy go. They just re-signed him. So he's on a new deal. What's Beef Stew got? He is 23. He's on a 15 million. Perfect, though. Listen, sign and trade Precious. Precious can get money. And now you got Beef Stew's on a 4-year, 60 million. That's perfect, man. That's what I'm saying. I would do that yesterday. If I got to give up Precious now, I'm not saying I would push for it. I'm saying if I had to, though. If Precious couldn't come back, I don't like his age. He's 29, Prezi. That's the only thing I don't like about him. He's 29 years old. I like his game too. I do like his game. Yabusele, I like his game. He's 29 years old though. So he does actually fit the timeline for the Knicks at 29, if you believe it or not. He fits the timeline. So he might be a possibility too, Prezi. I like that idea. But if you're going to tell me we got to replace Precious with somebody, I want Beef Stew. That's all I'm saying. Give me Beef Stew. Give me Beef Stew. Yeah, give me beef stew. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, so I'm saying Yabusele does fit the timeline. That's what I'm saying. He's 29. He fits the timeline. So he's in the championship window we need for what we need. I like him. I like Yabusele. But he ain't beef stew. I like beef stew better. JJP New York City, you probably right. I ain't gonna argue with you. You probably right. He said Yabusele is more realistic, and I think you're probably right about that. I ain't gonna front. You probably right about that. I ain't lying. I just saying if I had my wish come true, if we can't keep Precious, and you want to know what I want. I'm not saying what Knicks want or what Tibs do or whatever. If you telling me we can't keep Precious, I want beef stew, man. Shoot, give me beef stew. I'm not, man, please. That's my boy right there. I like me a roughneck. What my girl MC Light said? But you know what MC Light said, right? Got a roughneck. Got to get a roughneck. You know what she said? Y'all remember that? MC Light. She said, got to get a roughneck. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Nah, he's not. He signed for 4 years, 60 million. Good for McCormick. They ain't trying to. Yeah, no, I wanted them to draft beef stew, but he was coming out of Washington. Detroit had a really good draft that year. They shouldn't have tricked the French point guard. I thought he was overrated from the beginning. A lot of Knicks fans wanted him, but I didn't like that. The French point guard, the lefty. But I like beef stew. They got him in that draft. And they got a couple other guys. They got Sadiq. They got Sadiq in there. Sadiq Bey was in that draft. They had a good draft that year. And so yeah. MC Light. Someone got to get a roughneck. That's what I'm talking about. Killian Hayes. I did not like Killian Hayes. People was tripping. We need a point guard. We got to draft Hayes. I was like, y'all stupid. No, he ain't. No. I didn't really like that. So I'm glad the Knicks didn't take him. Detroit took him early. They took him at like 8 or something like that. Yeah, beef stew is 4 years, 60 million. He signed. We probably ain't gonna get him. I'm just saying, if I had to get somebody that wasn't Precious, but I think somebody said it realistically would be Yabusele. Somebody like that, realistically. Because Yabusele's an unrestricted free agent, right? Isn't he this year? Let me just see. Yabusele's 29 years old. He's only making $2 million. Yeah, that would be more realistic. He's 29. He'll be 30 in December. I think, who said that? Somebody said that was more realistic, and I gotta agree with you. That is more realistic. I ain't gonna front. I'm just saying, you can give me my dream dude for that spot. It'd be beef stew, man. It'd be beef stew all day. It'd be beef stew all day long, man. That's all I'm saying. Shoot. That's what I'm saying. There's not many players like that, right? I mean, how many guys in the league right now are legit roughnecks? You got beef stew. I would consider Precious a roughneck now. He just ain't, been untracked yet. But there's not really many left. They used to be, every team used to have one, but they don't have them like that no more. I mean, right? I mean, OG does bring that grown ass man energy when he wants to, though. I mean, he get physical, but I wouldn't consider OG an enforcer type dude, right? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Like OG does bring that grown ass man energy. There's no doubt, but his game is so. OG's game is so diverse that he can play like a wing dude as well as a power forward. He could do both. Yeah, Bobby Portis. Yeah, I would give you Bobby Portis. I would give you that. I mean, there was some European dude messed around and found out in the locker room on Bobby Portis. Y'all remember that? Some European dude messed around and found out, and Bobby Portis said, "Oh, you want to find out?" Oh yeah, you don't mess with Bobby Portis. But I can't really think of nobody really that's like a beef stew or Yabusele, somebody that's a real deal roughneck. PJ Tucker. Yeah, Plumlee's just a hack. For real. That's what he is. Now, Mathurin ain't a roughneck. Mathurin's a wing. We already said it, the wing. Why get another guy that ain't gonna be able to get the minutes he needs? You know what I mean? He gonna be sitting. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. DiVincenzo won't fit anymore. You got Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, OG Anunoby. Those guys play wings, right? Deuce plays the 1 and the 2. McCall plays the 2 or the 3. OG plays the 3 or the 4. So you got wings covered. You got them covered. Yeah, so, I don't see a DiVincenzo. Where you going to play him? What's the use in getting a DiVincenzo if he can't start and do what he did with the Knicks last year? He can't start. So where you going to play him? What you going to do, sit McCall? Some of y'all are fool enough to say something like that. But no, they ain't going to do that. They ain't sitting McCall, bitches. He's going to play. Okay, but James Johnson, though. Yeah, James Johnson is a black belt, right? He's like a 5th degree black belt or some mess, man. So but Devo costs a whole lot more than Shamet. Shamet costing you the vet men. Devo's gonna cost you what, 12? So you got to look at the whole picture. There's the cost of a Devo, and then where you gonna play him. Shamet ain't getting a whole lot of minutes either. So what did he get yesterday? Shamet played good. He got 21 minutes yesterday, but I don't remember Shamet getting that kind of minutes since he's been here. He got 21 minutes yesterday. He played good, actually, Shamet. He was -2, but he was -8 yesterday. But he played good yesterday. Defensively, he was good. I like the way him and Payne played defensively. MitchRob was positive, even though he was winded. But I mean, and that's what you can afford, Prezi. You need a big ragu light. You're not going to get the full big ragu in that spot. That's going to cost you. Well, you have to trade somebody. So, Dio, we were just talking about if you sign and trade a Precious Achiuwa, you can get somebody like that. That's all I'm saying. So if you sign and trade a Precious Achiuwa, then you could get somebody. But so we'll see. No, Jabari Smith, no. I think Jabari Smith was the number 2 pick in the draft when he came out. Am I right? You talking about Jabari Smith in Houston? No, hell no. You're not getting Jabari Smith. No, you're not getting him. You might have a shot at Tari Eason, but even that, I doubt it. I mean, let me ask you, if you were Houston's GM, would you trade Tari Eason? I wouldn't. If I'm Houston's GM, I'm not trading Tari Eason. No, hell no. I'm keeping that brother. And I'm keeping Jabari Smith too. Jabari Smith is a future dude, man. I liked him coming out of it. I think he came out of Auburn. I liked him coming out of college. I think he was Auburn or Alabama. So I like that guy coming out, man. He's good, man. Shoot. I'm not trading him. Cam Whitmore. You may have no choice, but you have to move a Cam Whitmore because he's too good. But then again, he's only 20 years old. So I'm keeping him too. So I don't know. I'm not letting go of that talent. Houston, where Houston at? Houston is up there in the standings. Houston is second, tied for second with Denver and Memphis in the West. You got to be careful when you talk about Houston making a move. They got a nice team. So I don't know. And they got a plethora of young wings. They got Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith. And Jabari Smith can play 3 or 4 for you, And he got 7-foot wingspan, I think. So they got, and then of course they got Dylan Brooks. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not letting go. And then you got the guy Sengun who's trying to model his game after the Joker and doing a pretty good job of it, So I'm not so I'm not messing around with Jabari Smith, man. I'm keeping him. He's 21 years old. Jabari Smith is 21. Amen Thompson is 22. Damn. And then you got Tari Eason is 23. Cam Whitmore is 20. Reed Shepard is 20. Jalen Green is 22. No, man, I'm keeping this team together. Tate, for what, though? What you going to do with him? For what? What we need him for? What, you know what I mean? For what? Tate making $7 million. He's going to be unrestricted this year, but I don't know what I need. What I need with a Tate. You know what I mean? What we need with a Tate. I don't know. I don't think that's somebody we need. Tate's not going to fit. We need somebody that fit, yo. We need somebody that fit. Tate ain't going to fit. He's a nice player. He's got that Josh Hart type energy going, But I'm not. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. Let me see. How tall is that boy? Tate is. There's he. Where is Tate at? I'm trying to find him on his roster. There he is. He's 6'4". So he's Josh Hart. He's Josh Hart, Tate, right? He's 6'4", and he plays like power forward, right? But that's what you got this guy McCullough for. Y'all remember McCullough, right? That's what you got him. Yeah, you got that's what you got McCullough for. You're hoping McCullough is that second coming of Josh Hart. You know what I mean? This summer, it's gonna be very interesting. The summer league, I'm saying, I'm not talking about like free agency. I'm talking about the summer league for the Knicks. That's gonna be fun to watch. You're gonna have McCullough out there, your boy Kolick, your boy Ariel, right? It's gonna be interesting. And then of course we know Daddy A. It's gonna be a very interesting summer this summer. Yeah, I think so, Prezi. I want to see the summer league. That's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. Beauchamp, right? Don't sleep on Beauchamp. I think Beauchamp, to me, realistically, Beauchamp and Ariel have a chance for rotation minutes next year. I think realistically, Beauchamp and Ariel Hooporti have a chance for rotation. Ariel Hooporti, and I don't mean regular rotation, because I think Ariel will be a solid third option. He'll be Jericho Sims. He'll be the new Jericho Sims. You know, he'll be that third string center that can start sometimes or play behind MitchRob or play behind if he needs to. I like that. And then you got Beauchamp is already a good defensive player. 6'7", wing, can guard 2s, 3s, and 4s. I like him, man. I like both them cats. So the Don doing business. Y'all think the Don sleep. The Don ain't sleep. You know what he doing. I'm surprised that Milwaukee let that boy go. I was a little concerned about that. Beware of somebody handing you their shirt, right? They only got one shirt and they handed it to you, something wrong. Yeah. Beauchamp is two-way player now. He's on a two-way contract. So that's more developed. How old is Beauchamp? Let me just see. How old is he anyway? Y'all know? How old Beauchamp? Because I like his game. That's a guy I like. You know, I didn't want him to get picked. Some people was thinking the Knicks should pick him in the first round. I did not want to do that. Second round would have been nice. And to get him the way they got him now is really nice. Beauchamp 24. So he he's about ready. He's about ready. Yeah, Beauchamp 24. So let's see what we can do. I think Beauchamp and Ariel are your biggest candidates to get some sort of rotation minutes next year. No, Skrilla, you got C. Kirilla. I'm sorry, I can't say your name. Killer. I was just gonna say Killer. Killer. Where he gonna play? Herb Jones would not be joining the Knicks to be eighth man, right? Can you all agree? Herb Jones a starter in New Orleans. So why would he be joining the Knicks to be the eighth man? So no, he's not an option. If you're talking any player you're talking about, you got to think in terms of whose minutes are going to be lost. Who is Tibs' minutes going to switch to get your guy? So if you get a Herb Jones, who's a really good player, really good defensive player. I love Herb Jones. Oh, serial killer. Is that what it is? Serial killer? Oh, serial killer. Okay. If it's Herb Jones, who is going to lose minutes? And I'm going to tell you right now, don't think Tibs is going to cut Josh Hart's minutes. That ain't going to happen. So Josh Hart will come off the bench. I agree. But don't think he's going to cut Josh Hart's minutes. That ain't going to happen. And that's why I'm saying if they don't re-sign Precious Achiuwa, we need to get somebody that's a 6'9" roughneck. I can only think of Beef Stew. That's all I can think of, man. Oh, I see. I got you, Serial. I got you. Yeah, and Yabusele at 29 ain't gonna be tripping to be getting he ain't getting no big time contract. Excuse me. He ain't getting no big time contract. So yeah, thank you. Kid Funkadelic. Yeah, but thank y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah. Thank you, Organic, for that. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. But yeah. But I really do honestly hope that we can re-sign when Precious Achiuwa. I think Precious got a lot of upside. I'm very high on him. And so I'd like them to re-sign him if we could. I really do want them to re-sign him. You know, he's not playing the greatest this week, but I think you're going to see better from him as we come down the stretch. I don't know what to make of Watson. He's kind of a lost guy right now. I don't know what the Knicks were thinking when they got him, except as insurance, right? That's an insurance guy. So I'm not sure. Quentin Post, they got a steal with him. He could shoot the rock, right? He could shoot the rock. He's not a roughneck, but he could shoot the rock. Quentin Post is a shooter. You know, he's a shooter. He can shoot the rock. Zoom chat. Yeah. Yeah, organic. I agree with you. I think it'd be a good because he's got upside. I see a lot of upside with Precious Achiuwa. I see a lot of upside. So, and he's still young. How old is that boy? Precious is what, 25? How old is he? He's a young dude too, man. He's not. He's like 25. Precious Achiuwa. Let me make sure see where I got it. Precious Achiuwa. Where is he at? 25. Yeah, he's 25. So I think we got upside with him. 2 more seasons. You know, he's 25 and he'll be 26 when he's 25 right now, Curry. He's 25. So Precious will be it don't say when he's gonna be 22, but he's 25 years old, 6'8", 243. Birthday's in September. So he's not gonna be 26 to the start of next season. I want to give him this season and next season to develop some more. Yeah, I agree, Guilford. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, he was. This week was not his best week. It was not Precious's best week, and I hope Tibs don't lose patience with him and sit him. I don't want to see that, but we're gonna need him the ball because we're missing Jalen Brunson, so we need that extra body out there. So we see what happens. Yeah, Michael Drake. I can't wait to see some of these. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna watch all these youngins. You're gonna be seeing Kolek, your boy. I'm gonna see McCollar, Ariel, Daddy A. It's gonna be nice. Beauchamp. It's going to be on. I can't wait to see some of it. It's going to be nice, man. It's going to be nice. So it's going to be fun to watch. I don't know. The Knicks are probably not going to participate in the draft this year because the Knicks, I think the Knicks got second round picks, if I'm not mistaken, right? This year, they don't have, do they have a first rounder this year? I think the Knicks got second round. It don't matter anyway. They ain't picking no first round. Let me see. I'm surprised they picked Daddy. Let me see here. The Knicks got their first rounder this year is going to Brooklyn. They got Washington 110 protected, top 10 protected. So if Washington's outside the top 10, they get that. In the second round, they get Memphis's second, and they got their own second. Oh, they forfeited their second rounder because of Jalen Brunson. That's cool. So this year we got a second rounder, and we got a possible first rounder, depending on how bad Washington is. If Washington's in the top 10 in the draft, which they could be, they suck, but we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, I think a summer of training will help him. I think Precious was really on the verge of a breakout before he hurt his hamstring and missed 21 games. I think he was on the verge of a breakout. I think he got short-circuited by that hammy. I think he got short-circuited by that hammy, but I think he was on the verge of a breakout season. I was expecting that from him, and he looked like in preseason he was on the verge. But, well, Michael Drake, that's a good question. Now, let's talk about that. Michael Drake asks, how far can the Knicks go in the playoffs? Great question. Now, look, any team that wins it all needs the ball to bounce their way. They got to avoid injuries. They got to make the right calls. Everything has got to bounce their way. And every team that has won the chip, this is what happened, okay? So Cleveland has to be favored to come out the East because it's Boston and Cleveland and then the Knicks. But you just never know what's going to happen in the 7-game series. So, and I'm always saying this, and I'm going to say it again. Never bet against Jalen Brunson. See, you got that type of dude. Y'all, we are fortunate. We got a dude that has been underdogged all his life and has had to prove himself at every level and has done it. Never bet against Jalen Brunson. That's what I'm going to say, right? Don't bet against Jalen Brunson. So you just never know what's going to happen in a 7-game series. That's what I'm going to say. So I think they can get to the second round. But after that, all bets are off. Because listen, you got to understand, you're going to have Mitchell Robinson probably close to 100%, right? At the playoff time. What y'all think? If he keeps doing what he's doing, he keeps working out. I think you're going to have Mitchell Robinson close to 100% come playoff time. You're probably going to start Mitchell Robinson with Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay? You're going to have Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, Precious Achiuwa. That's your 8 men there. You can also have, of course, Payne. Payne's going to get his minutes. Tibs likes Payne, and for good reason. Shaman, too. They're not going to get a lot, but they're going to get their minutes. So you just never know. I think, really, honestly, and again, I'm trying to be realistic. Michael J said, let's be realistic. I'm trying to be realistic, but I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm always favoring my squad. But I'm going to say like this. If Mitch is 100% starting next to Karl-Anthony Towns, and everybody's healthy, I'm going to tell you, anything can happen. I know people will laugh because everybody laugh at the Knicks, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to tell you, if Mitchell Robinson can get himself in game shape, yeah, he looked winded yesterday, but that ain't going to last. That's just one game. And that was the end of a 5-game road trip, right? So you expect that, okay? Okay, he was winded yesterday. No problem. We move on. I'm telling you, if you can get Mitchell Robinson 100% for the playoffs so that he's starting and with Karl-Anthony Towns, anything can happen. And do not bet against Jalen Brunson. Don't do it. That's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on Jalen Brunson. So I think Ewing don't need to show cat post moves. You know, y'all realize that Karl-Anthony Towns is probably the best offensive center in the world right now. Offensive, talking about just offense. Karl-Anthony Towns is probably the best offensive center in the world right now. Like, there's nobody in the NBA at the 5 spot that could guard him. Okay, nobody. So he really, if I want him to learn something, please learn something on defense. If I want Cat to learn something, you know what I'm saying, Michael Drake? Please learn something to help with the defensive side of basketball. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So that exactly, serial killer. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I would not bet against Jalen Brunson. So if he's, and this is the thing, this is just my thoughts. I'm not saying I got anything from the Knicks. I'm not saying I heard anything or read anything from Ian Begley or Shans. All I'm saying is because of the level of play of Deuce McBride, I think the Knicks feel very comfortable allowing Brunson to get fully healthy before the playoffs. That's what I'm thinking. I think because of the way Deuce is playing right now, they're very comfortable letting him run the show until you get Brunson back. I think that's what it is. Honestly, I think that's what it is. And so that's why they're talking a couple of weeks, because just like they did with Mitchell Robinson, they were very comfortable trying to make sure he was 100% when he came back. So now, Brunson, how many games has Brunson played? Y'all know how many games has he played this year already? Let me just see that. How many games has Jalen Brunson played? I'm just going to look and see. Because he needs to get 65 games. You know he needs to get 65 games. So right now he has played 61 games. So I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to play 4 games. He's going to play 4 games. Jalen Brunson is going to play 4 games. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. So he's going to do that. Okay. So he's going to play 4 more games. So if they're talking about April, let me just see what the schedule look like in April for the Knicks. Let me just see here. How many games they got in April? I think they got 10 games in April, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see here. I know it start. Let me see. April. Let's see. Take a look here. So starting April for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 or 9 games in April. I'm going to tell you right now, Jalen Brunson is going to play in April. He's going to get himself sharp, ready for the playoffs. He's going to get his 65 games because he got to be first team All-NBA. What y'all think? Should Jalen Brunson be first team All-NBA? Yes. If you ask me, I'm just saying yeah. You know what I mean? If you asking me, I say yeah. He should be first team All-NBA. There's no doubt about it. So I'm giving Jalen Brunson that stuff, man. So Jalen Brunson, first team All-NBA. So he's got to play 65 games. He plays 61. I'm looking at the thing right now. It looked like he's played 61. See? So if that's the case, okay. We got him for 61. We need Jalen Brunson for 4 more games. We're going to get that. And I need my man, JB, to be first team All-NBA. Let's get that done. Yeah, right now he's played 61 games is what I'm looking at on BSPN. Who knows if they right or wrong. But I'm looking at BSPN. It says he's played 61 games. So, oh, by the way, did y'all hear Tibs' explanation for Mikal Bridges' situation? Which we already know now. Ian Begley said that's blown over. But did you hear what Tibs said? Did any of y'all really hear what he said? Did y'all hear that? Huh? Any of y'all? Did you hear what Tibs said when asked about the Mikal Bridges situation? Because I'm listening to what's that crazy dude name, man? I'm listening to Tony Allen and Zebo. I love Zebo and Tony Allen, man. And then there was Jeff T. They would talk, and when they said they replayed what he said. He said, look, Jalen Brunson plays 35 minutes a game. He said that's probably top 14 in the NBA. He said your wings are he said Cat plays less than that, right? Then he said your wings are going to play the most minutes. He said if we're playing Boston, if Jason Tatum's in the game, OG Anunoby's in the game. If Jalen Brown's in the game, Mikal Bridges is in the game. And that makes perfect sense. So let me ask y'all, does that make sense to y'all? So in other words, he said my wings are going to play the most minutes because we call in the wing stop for good reason, right? So he said if we're playing Boston and Tatum's in the game, OG's going to be in the game. If Mikal's in the game, if Brown's in the game, Mikal's going to be in the game. That's how you got to do it. I don't understand why these minutes police, and he makes perfect sense. And also the men's police want to say, oh, we know how to coach NBA basketball better than Tom Thibodeau. And I'm worried Stephen A. stupid. I'm worried about Tom. Something wrong with Tom. No, something wrong with that mentally ill mofo. That's what's wrong. They paying that clown too much money, and he's being a good court jester. He is a clown, period. Nobody should take anything he says seriously. I'm talking about Stephen A. stupid. But Tibs know what the hell he's doing. I've been telling y'all that. And you know what? See, this is my problem. I don't feel he needs to explain to anybody what he does with his damn team. That's the way, and y'all know that's how I feel about it. But he did. He was gracious enough to explain. And everybody heard it. It made perfect sense. So next time somebody says, well, they playing too many minutes, what you got to do is say, who are the best offensive wings and guards on the other team and how many minutes did they play? Because that's going to match. Okay? That's all I'm saying. No, Peaches, that's not true. That's some bull crap. What hasn't worked? What hasn't worked? So they beat the Knicks. They just better than the Knicks. It ain't the strategy, folk. What you talking about? That hasn't worked. Oh, man, get the hell out of here with that bull crap. Peaches, you're the first guy today. You paid your token. You came through the turnstile. You're the first guy today. You're looking too close to the edge. There's a yellow line on the edge of the subway. You're not supposed to be putting your foot there. You know why? Because then you might fall over. And then if you fall over, there's a problem. You might hit the third rail. So we're trying to tell you, back up off the yellow line so you don't hit the third rail. What you mean that hasn't worked? You so full of crap. It's not coming out of you. You spreading crap like somebody that works for a cesspool service, bro. Stop it. That hasn't worked. What hasn't worked? Them teams just better than you, man. That's all there is to it. And we got to play them. That's all. Sure. Hasn't worked. That hasn't worked. So a pro coach that's been doing this 20 years, he got a bad strategy. It just hasn't worked. We need to listen to Coach PJ. What are we talking about? Really? Outlaw comedian. People don't. Did you all hear? Please, I can't believe I'm saying this, but y'all need to go back at that broadcast and listen to what Richard Jefferson said. Ain't nothing new there. Ain't nothing new there. What you saw with Josh Hart and Tibs ain't new. It ain't like, oh, they're finally able to express themselves. Like Tibs is some sort of authoritarian and nobody could talk. They told you on the roommate show they always talking to him. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Stephen A. bootleg. That's right, Angry. Stephen A. Step and fetch it. Stephen Step and fetch it. Step and fetch it. Y'all's a mouser. BS for you. Y'all's a mouser. Step and fetch it, fool. I'm taking it off of Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson actually sounded a little bit better yesterday. I got to give it to him. RJ sounded better yesterday. He did. But the new step and fetch it clown is Stephen A. Stupid. Y'all shouldn't take anything he says seriously. That's right. Stephen A. Step and fetch it, fool. What did he say? Dance, Jim Crow. Dance, Jim Crow. Yo, but he was sounding good though, Corey. I got to give it to him. He could have jumped all over that Tibs sideline thing yesterday, but he said, what you just saw is normal, and it happens all the time. I give him credit for that. I mean, did you hear that? Well, he did. He could have jumped all over that like some other people did. He could have, but he didn't. He did not. Right? Stephen A. got the silk hat and the white gloves, and he's the house one. That's right. He's the house one. He ain't the field one. He's the house one. Right? That's Stephen A. Stupid, shucking and jiving. Y'all's a mouser. That's him. No, Outlaw. That's not true at all. That's two guys that are so much alike that both want to win so badly that that's what's going to happen sometimes. That's intensity, and that's what you want to see. That's a passionate intensity. I love watching Tibs do that. And Josh is going like this and tells him, do your job. Tibs wasn't playing. That's all I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And he said it after the game. Tibs says, y'all know how I feel about Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart. And he wasn't joking. I mean, he be playing the boy all night long. He loved Josh Hart. You know what I mean? I like seeing that. When Tibs was doing that, I was like, that's it, boy. Get in his head. Oh, Stephen A. Stupid is a clown. So he going to read the clown script. He going to read the script his master want him to read. And he's getting well compensated for doing it. And he calls himself a Knicks fan because I think, can we agree, the three, in all of basketball, probably the three biggest fan bases are the Lakers, Boston, and the Knicks. You might also include San Antonio in that. But the three biggest fan bases are probably the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Knicks, right? So if you call yourself a Knicks fan and then you continually yelling at the top of your lungs about the Knicks suck and Tibs in trouble, you're going to get, that's the thing, they're going to get a lot of commercials, and them commercials is what pay the bills, right? So they're going to get a lot of commercials, and they're going to get a lot of money from that. Oh, is that right, Yuri? I didn't know that. All I want is PJ Tucker to put his foot in dirty Draymond's ass. That's all. I want PJ Tucker to put his foot in dirty Draymond's ass. That's all. I know he did. Cat really want. And again, I love the passion. Can we agree? Cat came with some passion yesterday. Cat was passionate about getting that game yesterday. He wasn't joking. And that was the problem with our boy, Josh Hart. I did not see that passion that he normally plays with. That's my problem that I had with him yesterday. Neither was it with Precious. I did not see that passion that I normally see from him. And I need to see that. See, we New York fans, even when the Knicks suck, if they playing with passion every night, even if they getting beat, we can accept that. What we don't like is you not playing with your full passion that we know you got, right? That's what pisses us off. That would piss me off. So, look, Corey Lindsey, honestly, I wouldn't even waste my time talking to that house Negro. I wouldn't even waste my time talking to the house Negro. Honestly, it'd be a waste of my time. It'd be beneath me to even have a conversation with the house Negro. I don't care how much you paid me. I ain't doing it. I ain't got time for that. Okay. Right, Coach Hauser, I'm with you on that. That's what I'm saying. If Josh was Charlie Hustle yesterday, we could have won that game. I'm with you on that. But see, that bodes well going forward. That's all I'm saying. So to answer my man Michael Drake said, how far can we go? Well, I think we can win the first round. And the second round, I don't know what's going to happen because you're going to have a healthy Mitchell Robinson. I'm sure Josh Hart comes to play. Don't bet against Jalen Brunson. And I'm going to tell you one else that people are sleeping on. Watch Mikal Bridges go to a new level in the playoffs. See, some people just be sleeping on people so much, man. They sleep on. Don't sleep on Mikal Bridges come playoff time. I'm trying to tell you. Go back and look at Phoenix playoff highlights with Mikal Bridges. The boy goes to a new level on playoff time. Okay, he ain't one to shrivel up. He that Viagra stuff. He on that Viagra. That's all I'm saying. What they say? He's on that Viagra, stuff. You know what I'm saying? He ain't shriveling up playoff time. That's why I wanted him for the playoffs. Come playoff time. So anything can happen. Come playoff time. Anything can happen. Yeah, and Deuce too. Deuce don't shrink for nobody. Look, y'all see how he was up in the grill of Stephen Curry yesterday? I mean, up in his grill. Okay? Honestly, if JB was starting yesterday, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened because you'd have had to play JB obviously more than Deuce. Or at least yeah. But you want Deuce out there when Curry's out there. You know what I mean? And that's what Tibs did yesterday. When Curry was out there, Deuce was out there. And that's exactly what you want. You want Deuce out there when Curry's out there. Yesterday, Deuce played 38 minutes. Curry played 35 minutes. That's exactly what you want. You want Deuce out there when Curry's out there. Yep, he blocked him, locked him up, took the ball from him. I told him, don't mess with Deuce. You can mess with Deuce if you want to. He's going to show you what's up. Y'all remember when Tibs would only use him for when we needed a defensive stop, he put him out there with the defensive squad and for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, we need to stop and put Deuce McBride out there. Or we want to ensure he put Deuce McBride out there. But now he's using Deuce on both sides. When you want an offensive team out there, he put Deuce out there. When you want a defensive team out there, he puts Deuce out there. You know what I mean? So it's on. I like the passion from Cat, Deuce yesterday. The passion was for real. MitchRob was sucking win, no doubt, but you got to expect it. Like I said, his development in terms of building of his win is not going to be linear. It's going to be up and down. It's okay. We're going to be all right. Okay, I'm hoping we could go 3-1 this week. That's what I'm thinking. I hope we can do it. It's going to be tough on that back-to-back, though. I ain't going to front. Coming from San Antonio to Charlotte, second night of back-to-back, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough as hell. I ain't going to front. Latrell Sprewell, I don't think you're watching the game, man. They already running plays for McCall. They run plays for McCall. Do you see the game-winning shot that he hit the other night? That was a play that was run for Mikal Bridges. I don't know why you asked that question. That was a play that was run for Mikal Bridges. And when the Knicks run a play, generally there's at least 3 options. So when Brunson is running a play, he has multiple options, and the play can go any different direction depending on what's open. Now, most times Brunson calls his own number. I will tell you that, but So, the game tells you what to do. So that's and even Brunson has repeated what Tibs is always saying. The game tells you what to do. So they run plays already for Mikal Bridges. They already do that. They run plays for OG. They run plays for Mikal. They do that. Yeah. Kid fucking Doug, thanks for the $10. I wanted to know if you revised your view about Cat and MitchRob playing good. I did, Kid Funkadelic. Only reason is because I seen them together. And the minutes they played together was dynamic. And I really do trust Precious to come in and sub for them. Either one. He could sub for the 4 or the 5. And so I trust Precious to do that business, and I do want MitchRob to start next, at least in this stretch that we're talking about here. I want MitchRob to start. Now, come training camp next year, if MitchRob is coming in the second unit, I wouldn't have no problem with that either. Especially if you got Ariel Hooparty playing, okay, next year. Yeah. Yeah, if you got Ariel Hooparty playing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got, that's right. Michael Drake, you in Charlotte, right? You in that area, right? So, okay, you'll get your tickets. The tickets should be cheap, right? I mean, in Charlotte right now, tickets should be relatively cheap. You should be able to get pretty good seats for a reasonable price in Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, they're a lottery team. He's going to be back. He technically could be back at the end of the season, Peace G's, but I think we can 100% count on him for the Summer League. Yeah, Summer League for sure. Yeah, so. Yeah, exactly. Deuce did pay his dues, and now he's getting to see the fruits of his labor. That's right. That's right. That's right. I like that. That's right. That's right. So here we go. Here we go. But thanks, Kid, for the $10, Kid Funkadelic. Appreciate that. I do like well, Don Day, I don't agree with that. I hear you. If everybody want to focus on but to me, what people are missing with respect to the bench is the Knicks bench is a defensive unit. It's not an offensive unit. It's a defensive unit. So if you get defense from the bench, and so what I look at when I see the bench, I'm looking at their plus minus. So you look at the bench last night. Precious was -3. MitchRob was +4. Cameron Payne was -8. And Manji Sherritt was -8. That was the problem. If they can get pluses from the bench, we could really play. Yeah. I'm not worried about them scoring. Sometimes they score, sometimes they don't. But yeah, Cam could not buy one last night. He could not. Shots that he would normally hit, he was not hitting last night. So that is true Croach House. Because shots he would normally hit, he wasn't hitting. He was getting open shots now. He just wasn't knocking them down. But it's all right. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow against Miami. Well, Ronald Martinez, that's not a fair question. In the 1990s, Ewing, Oakley, or X-Men would have punched Draymond Green in the face. And it would have been normal. They don't do that today. It's a much softer game right now. So that's not a fair question. Would they let him punk him? No, because in the 90s, you could punch a dude in the face. Period. That's how they would handle it. Okay? There wouldn't be no talking that kind of smack in the 90s. Louis Luck, thanks for the fire you called Deuce and Grimes. You know your ball. Thank you, man. The Knicks have been drafting well, and it looks like we got something in Hoop 2. Yes, we do. I like Hooparty for the 11th guy, the 10th or 11th guy next season. I really like him as the third center. I like that. And that's why next year I wouldn't be surprised if you had him at the third string center or, coming right off the bench for MitchRob next year. We'll see. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, and Hooparty got motor in spades. I think anybody can see that. Hooparty got a motor, man. That's really what's the best thing about him. He moves on defense. He's got a nice motor, and he revs, man. I like him. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, Draymond Green, I can't stand him because he plays dirty. But you got to give the fact that he got 3 rings, 4 rings. He got some rings now, so you can't knock that. He got some rings. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Don Day, but I like the passion that Towns was playing with yesterday. Like I said, I wish we'd have had that coming from our boy Josh Hart. We might have won if we did, but we didn't, so it is what it is. A movie analogy of Deuce? Oh, that's hard. I don't know. Nah, nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. Deuce is his own movie, man. Deuce is his own movie. He reminds me of a combination of players from the past, like a Mike Reardon, a Norm Van Leer. That's Deuce. Mike Reardon, Norm Van Leer, dudes like that. There was a guy named Ron, something that was a black belt. They all that tough stuff, man. Yeah, I guess you could say Rocky, but that's a little corny, isn't it, though, Prezi? That's a little corny, though, right? Rocky. That's a little corny, man. I don't know. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh, Rudy is real corny. Nah. Rudy ain't no Deuce. Deuce is better than that, man. Come on. Rudy was a long shot. Deuce wasn't no long shot. We like Deuce coming out of West Virginia. Deuce was gonna be that dude from day one. Just y'all didn't know it yet. But I do. I was looking at him in West Virginia with Huggins over there. I said, that boy could ball. We need to get him. You know, Vinny Johnson, a little bit of Vinny Johnson cereal, but Vinny Johnson was built. You know who's like Vinny Johnson? The guy on Memphis. The boy that starts at the 2 guard for Memphis. He was muscular, just like Vinny Johnson. A little tough, can shoot. What's that dude's name? I liked him in that draft too. I forgot his name, but I like that guy. He's in Memphis. He's a 2 guard. Bain, yeah, Bain reminds me a whole lot. From even when he was at TCU, he reminded me of Johnson. When he was at TCU, man, microwave. He had the same game, same build, something like that, you know. Yeah, but. Oh, is that right, Malik? I want to see Philly because I want to see Grimes is starting today. I want to see Grimes. Grimes is starting today. So let me go get that, man. See if I can get. I would drink me some more sangria, but I might be going to my man, so I'm just gonna wait because I don't want to be drinking and having drive. This is the last time. I'll be the one they pull over. Shoot, nah. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Yep. So anyway, tomorrow night, Madison Square Garden, Miami Heat. That's all you need to know. I don't care what kind of team Miami have. It's going to be a dogfight. Miami Heat, Madison Square Garden, New York Knicks. That's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be on tomorrow. So enjoy that game. We're going to preview it in the morning. We'll see how that works. Y'all, please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Craziness happening on the streets of New York today. Be safe out there. Shalom.